Tinubu shocked. FBI results out as EFCC asked them to investigate Tinubu and Chicago University. Breaking news. Hello, people. Welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. I must tell you guys, my subscribers, that if we dig deep and tell you the rough of some of our institutions in this particular country, a lot of you guys will be so shocked. A lot of you guys might be so surprised that what is actually happening in this particular country is no longer democracy. That is why a lot of African nations are actually having coup upon coup upon coup, because our democratic institutions have been useless. A lot of you guys don't even know that, as a matter of fact, that EFCC and FBI, as a matter of fact, have actually investigated this particular case between Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Chicago State University since 2011, and the result came out as far back as 2011. FBI responded and gave a clear answer to the question, the investigation that the EFCC made as of then. Let me just simply show you and summarize this particular thing, video, so that you understand for the fact how bad our institutions have gone. People should know that in January 2011, as you can see on the screen, that EFCC asked the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation USA, to investigate Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Chicago University to find out if he was ever admitted as a student and if he graduated from the university. The result was simple. FBI reviewed, that is 6 months after EFCC being made this inquiry. EFCC responded, FBI responded after 6 months and said that Bola Tinubu was never admitted and never graduated from the Chicago State University. This is happening in 2011. Now, this was 12 years. If you calculate 2011 from that, it is almost 12 years ago. And the person that actually was the EFCC boss as of then was Farida Waziri, was the boss of EFCC. Now you could see since 2011, now you could see the letter, so that it will not be as if, as a matter of fact, that we are cooking up something. Now you could see the letter that was dated as of then, July 2011, which is the response that the FBI gave to the EFCC. If you cannot see the letter, look at what the content of the letter said. The content of the letter said, "I hope this letter finds you and your colleagues in the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission well. We appreciate your continued cooperation and assistance in matters of mutual interest. I wanted to respond to your request for the information made to the Federal Bureau of Investigation on January 4th, 2011, regarding former governor of Lagos State." Then Tinubu was still a governor, was the former governor of Lagos State, Bola Tinubu, and his enrollment at or graduation from Chicago State University. Power verification with the Chicago State University's registrar office and its official response to our inquiry. Bola Tinubu was not enrolled. People should underline the word. Bola Tinubu was not enrolled as a student this or any time at the reference educational institution. This is the content of this particular letter. As you can see on the screen, it's not like we cooked up or manufactured this particular letter. Because of this ongoing case, that is why these evidences have started coming out already. The EFCC, as a matter of fact, has done investigation, and they knew, as a matter of fact, that Tinubu did not graduate, neither did he even attend the Chicago State University. Anybody Tinubu that attended that particular university is not even from Nigeria, as a matter of fact, or it's not even the Bola Tinubu that is the temporary president who have at that particular position. This investigation, everything was conducted in 2011, and FBI gave out this particular investigation and report and response to EFCC. Now they consider this particular information and allowed Tinubu to be submitting that fake information to Chicago State University because he is buying his way through. Like I've said, our institutions have been damaged. If not for P2B and obedience, a lot of us, this rascality could have continued. Nobody would have known that Tinubu did not even attend Chicago State University, that he has been forging. No wonder when FBI was queried to submit the criminal record of Tinubu, they said they will bring it out until 2026. That means there is a kind of secret that has been hidden. But the most annoying thing is that if EFCC had this particular record of Tinubu, and Tinubu has been making use of these particular certificates and he had, before this inquiry was made, Tinubu has finished his tenure as the governor of Lagos State. Now, why would the same EFCC allow this particular man to use the same fake certificate, which FBI certified that he did not graduate from Chicago State University, and EFCC did not query Tinubu? Because, like I said, they always use the money to buy in their way and buy out our institutions, both the judiciary and our security agencies. That is why EFCC have this particular record in their place, but they don't want to, as a matter of fact, release this particular information, which is very, 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 very pathetic. If not for the way obedience, actually agitated and brought out the spirit, so that all the youths, will understand what Bola Tinubu did, this information and this particular document will not come out. Now it is now everywhere. You could see it. And this particular document was actually signed and stamped. It came from the Federal Bureau of Investigation. That means all this while they knew that what Tinubu used to govern or rule Lagos State was a fake certificate and document. Instead of them to prosecute him and jail him because of certificate forgery, they allowed him then and even allowed him to submit that same fake certificate to INEC. Now it has caught up with him because he thinks that probably the way he did it in Lagos, he can still do it in Nigeria as the president, as the number one citizen of a country of 200 million plus people. Now Kama has caught up with him. The investigations are deep because the investigation will equally reveal the identity theft. And the United States Constitution does not condone any sort of criminality like identity theft and forgery. For the fact that Tinubu submitted a forged certificate to INEC, two forged certificates at different times means that Tinubu, as a matter of fact, will be disqualified. I've told you guys categorically that Section 137J of the Constitution of the particular of this country stated categorically that if anyone has submitted anything forged to the independent electoral body within this country, the person must be disqualified, even if the person has the original copy. But if he mistakenly, intentionally, or unknowingly submits a forged certificate to INEC, the person must definitely and actually be disqualified. So this Tinubu's disqualification is certain. The only thing we are looking at is the number of jail terms or probably we spend because of the certificate forgery and all the criminality and illegality he committed. EFCC was aware that Tinubu has no primary or secondary school record. There is nowhere on earth you will see the school that Tinubu attended. Meanwhile, how can someone claim that he attended a university without having secondary and primary school education? To tell that he never attended that Chicago State University. The only thing he did was to find his way to see if he can bribe some registrar. That is why till date he is blaming some unknown clerk for the forged certificate submitted to INEC, claiming that it came from Chicago State University, that an unknown clerk was the one that prepared it for him. And this is what he has been doing. He wants to go and connive with some people or some staffs there for them to produce a certificate and sign so that he can come and submit it in this particular country. But he doesn't know that karma has caught up with him. He doesn't know that karma has caught up with him. You could see how the damage and destroyed our institutions are. EFCC has this particular record and they couldn't raise it as an alarm when this particular man wanted to fight for the number one position in this particular country, because if they believe that this man can use money to buy over everything. Well, I thank God that this information and these revelations are actually coming out. Well, like I said, I'll keep you guys posted concerning this entire incident.